This is the Milo Sweet Podcast, where you'll learn to get unstuck. Start now. Conquer life's challenges by learning to do difficult. Find quick and clever ways to overcome. Wait, did you think life was going to be easy? Remember, all of your excuses are now dead to me. Let's get started. Guess what time it is? It's time for you to hit the subscribe button and find just 1% that you think will benefit from this. But if you're feeling a little generous, right? Or you're super free with your time right now, probably doing nothing because you're listening to this. Well, maybe if you're doing something, actually just make yourself free right now. Hit subscribe. What are you waiting for? Hit it. Come on. Hit subscribe. So you said that you're an artist. How did you get into that? How do you become an artist?
Well, you know what? I started off, I've been singing since I was 2 years old.
What?
Yeah, I've been singing. And so I graduated from high school. Mm-hmm. And after high school, I was a part of a band for a long span of time. I was in there 2 or 3 years. That I was touring with a band. And in doing that, I thought that was what I wanted to do. I wanted to, be a musical artist. But I was like, I don't really know what else I'm good at. I know I could draw and stuff. And so I actually stopped singing for a span of 3 years just to see what other avenues, kind of explore myself a little more and figure out what I really liked. And around that time, I started teaching an art class at a apartment community I was working for. It was a senior living. So I was teaching them an art class, and I would just do a craft with them, and then I would cook for them. And, it was older ladies. They just, they had a good time. It was really laid back. And one of the ladies there was from Europe. And she was like, when I was young, a young lady, my mom would do this paper beading with me. She was like, I want you to learn how to do the paper beading technique and teach everybody else how to do it. So I went home, did research, and I learned it, taught.
Hello? 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 Yeah.
The paper beading technique, went back and taught the ladies at the crafting class. And I went home and after that, and I just couldn't stop rolling paper. I probably rolled up some bills and everything. I'm like, oh my gosh, what else can I do with paper? So around that time, I had also chopped my hair off, and I was like, I need huge earrings. So I made myself some huge earrings. Everywhere I wore them, women were like, oh my gosh, where'd you get those? So that's how I started selling them. It was more of a side hobby at the time. In 2018 is when I started doing it full time. And I added on the aspect of creating canvas art with paper as well. Oh. And that's from, I took a job as a 911 dispatcher. I did that for 3 years. And during that time, there was a increase in domestic violence calls. And it was weighing on me. I was kind of carrying that load of all the women that were seeing terrible things. So it was therapeutic for me to sit there and draw. Between my calls, they liked for us to do something therapeutic. And I was like, oh, I can take these and transfer it to canvas and use paper to, create collages of what I'm drawing. So that's how that was birthed for me, just through that, getting through that emotional experience as a 911 dispatcher. So.
Wow. That's, it's interesting because you can read a lot of books and say, gives you this long, it's beautiful, the book that gives you all these aspects of starting a business and how to do it and what you should do if you're creative. And I think it's helpful, but I also think there's a lot of simplicity in the story. It's just like just get started and do something that you like.
Absolutely. And at the time I had been doing quite a few festivals on the side. I was working my job, but festivals, but it got to a point where my sales from my festivals were good enough to where I felt I'm going to take the leap. I'm going to do this full time. So I quit my 911 dispatch job. That was 2 years ago, and I've been an artist ever since. Now, I would say that it's tricky as a, doing art as a business, because when you are an artist, you have this really strong creative side, but when it comes to the business aspect, a lot of times that's your weaker side. So it's really being consistent about going to seminars and business training and making sure that you are really strengthening that side, or, you can kind of fall under the radar. So, is there anything that you feel helped you to be more business oriented as an artist? Absolutely. I did go ahead and get a mentor from the Small Business Association. So that helped me out a lot. Really reaching out to the community and being a part of artist groups that where we can play off of each other and give each other feedback on what we can be doing better, and we encourage one another. So I would say just learning to be more involved in the community around you, whether that's the artist community or the business community. And that was the biggest thing that helped me to strengthen that side.
All right, that's another episode in the books. Hello? I said it's over. Why are you still listening? Like, seriously, the episode is over. If you're still listening right now, you know what? You're probably a chronic procrastinator. Guess what? I'm still listening too. Come on, for real, seriously. We gotta go do something productive. No, like for real. No, for real. Okay, you can keep listening.